I think we can also get into a little bit of the governance stuff later before we then switch over to DAO, because governance is an extremely interesting topic in Juno, especially. There have been some wild things going on, and it's just amazing. Like every other day, you just have to have your popcorn already warmed up to be ready when another proposal goes live, because it can get really interesting sometimes. But I wanted to get back a little bit to the big picture of Juno. The chain killed it with stats. If you go on map of zones, it's the 5th largest chain in Cosmos IBC ecosystem chain in terms of monthly active users, more than 13,500 in the last month. In terms of volumes, in terms of IBC channels, peers, like everything, every study you look at, like Juno is killing it, right? And you mentioned in the beginning, like Juno didn't have any pre-sale, no private investors, no seed round, no major VCs that were in the beginning there to connect and get BD out of the.
And the great thing about that is tokens that we can give to devs. That's tokens that we can use to invest in projects launching on Juno.
So what would you say, like, besides obviously, like you said earlier, the timing and the market sentiment, what are some of the key success factors of Juno in general? And what are some of the things that you're most proud of?
I think Juno as a DAO is a really interesting concept that's like just starting to emerge. And I think it's like actually like maybe the strongest part of Juno, especially given our very heavy community distribution, that we have a very large community pool. The Terra Dev Fund is a really great example of using community funds to invest in awesome projects launching on Juno. And like we're like, those usage numbers are going to like go up a lot because we have so many great projects that are coming. Like whether it's like Levana Dragons or like the Eclipse, like Launchpad, or like there's NFT marketplaces, there's like dexes that are coming, there's there's these long list of projects. And so like the Terra Dev Fund was actually a really great example of investing like in projects on behalf of the Juno community. And we've actually been talking about like the next iteration of that, which is sort of like the ecosystem investment DAO. And this will be like an official sub DAO of Juno. And we're hoping to like actually like also allow for like, we have some tweaks in the DAO tooling that will also allow Juno stakeholders to also like weigh in with their votes on projects as well. But still have like a strong like core team of experts that's going to vet these projects and make sure that the Juno community is getting a good deal. But I think that this is like kind of like the future, where Juno becomes a DAO, and it's a like, part of the investment ecosystem we're building around Juno, which is really important because we've got a developer ecosystem, but we need to also connect developers with funds to launch, projects. So we're building out this investment ecosystem around Juno, and it's like, there's obviously private investors, people are raising, private investment, that's fine. But I think it's really interesting to think about like this, how do we invest like as a DAO, how do we, because that's, I think, where the really, really interesting things are, is like investing in projects that are just going to become absolutely massive and potentially spin out their own Cosmos chains. Like that's one of the things that I think Juno has done really great on, is that we've actually like kind of sold this point of like, Juno is the best place in Cosmos to launch your project. It really is, like, because we have an amazing community. You can build your protocol on Juno, find product market fit, get an engaged community. And then once you have that engaged community and product market fit and a working product, you can then go launch your Cosmos L1 chain and optionally use shared security. Or you can actually also go, multi-chain. I think we're going to see the rise of the first multi-chain protocols, because IBC allows for things that you just can't do in the EVM. So yeah, Juno is like the best place to launch, your Cosmos project, because you can just not have to worry about bootstrapping your validator set right away. Take advantage of like a really large engaged community, not have to worry about finding Go devs, not have to worry about like security upgrades. You can just, focus on your product, focus on finding an audience. And then once you found it, then you can go launch your L1 chain. And so like really what I think that Juno is doing well. And I know I've been rambling for a bit, and please steer me with another directed question, but really, Juno is becoming this like incubator zone where we're just like creating like so much good stuff. And some of that just might be projects that live on Juno. Some of those might spin out, start their own chains, but like being this like crucial like incubator zone is going to be key for providing value to Juno holders. Like, because where are the airdrops going to go? Or like when like, the ecosystem investment DAO invests in a project, it's going to be getting tokens, which are going to go to Juno holders. I'm actually really excited about the whole interchain DAOs model. Like I think interchain DAOs is like bigger than shared security, though shared security is cool too, but
Yeah, I was going to ask about shared security, but we can talk about this also in a second. But so this idea to extend the Terra Dev Fund to bootstrap other projects, I think that makes a lot of sense, especially with the amount of hype and demand Cosmos technology in general is getting. I think the more options there are to launch a project, the better, especially if we also get financial support and get it an easy entry. But I think there's also this other idea I think you were initially excited about is how to manage the Juno Treasury, right? Because also like the bear market has shown, how volatile all these things is, and it's always the same thing. But how do you think DAOs, sub DAOs could change the game here when it comes to treasury management of the community funds?
Yeah, I mean, we have to be very like careful and managing the Juno Treasury. Like spending nothing is not a good answer, but obviously we don't want to spend too much. And I actually think we've been making very, very wise investments. And I think people are going to be pleased with like that the ecosystem investment DAO proposal will not be like requesting new funds or whatever. Those details will come out. And I think it'd be really great for you to get Kevin on your show to like chat about that, or maybe we could do a whole like episode just on that, because I think it's a really like kind of fascinating area to explore, and we have so much to talk about. But yeah, it's I think it's going to be exciting. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you think about this idea? That's actually what I want to get to, is like that the Juno Treasury also holds other assets other than Juno, right? For example,
totally.
Stable coins or anything else, which would allow for more flexibility, or even like have equity stake in a new project.
I actually see no, and maybe not everyone agrees with me on this, and that's fine. The great thing about Juno is we can have different visions for Juno, but my vision is like Juno will just launch other chains, and those tokens will go to Juno holders. Like,
yeah, I think there's so much, especially
like who really cares about shared security? Well, what I care about as like a token holder is that I'm getting like return,
Yeah.
Who cares if it's running in like the same block space? If like another chain was launched and like it gets dropped to like Juno stakers and that a significant amount goes to the Juno Treasury, who cares if it's running on like shared security or whatever? I think it's just, for me, it's about like the bottom line to the DAO Treasury. And I actually think that we've done a really good job in the bear market of managing the Treasury and not like being frugal with spending and like not spending too much. But like if you look at the Terra Dev Fund, I think it's been like a tremendous success of like, we've gotten like Leap, like Loop is like launching a number of products, which I think are going to be interesting, but moreover, like them coming over, like brought even more Terra projects, and some of which we didn't even like directly sponsor from, the Terra Dev Fund. So like Levana was one of those. They like just came over of their own accord, and now like Levana Dragons are launching on like Juno, and that's really cool. And then there's just like, those are like really like, again, like you don't want to spend zero, because if you spend zero, you're kind of dead. Bear market is the time to be building. Bear market is the time to build the fundamentals for the next bull phase. But at the same time, we, have to be careful, because like our funds don't go as far. So, and I think so far we've done a really great job. And I think when people see the ecosystem investment DAO proposal, which is going to come out on Commonwealth soon. I think they'll be very pleased that it actually doesn't spend any new money, like, which is insanely cool. So yeah, I think we're doing a pretty good job on the treasury management side, and we have to like keep putting out pressure on people writing proposals, that to be like, to be frugal, to like, this is a bear market. We can't just stop spending altogether. I think like projects that don't invest now during the bear market are dead. Like, you have to invest during the bear market. The bear market is the best time to invest. The bear market is the best time to be building. So like, that's what we're doing.
It indeed is, but also the emotions of the community are very different throughout a bear market as opposed to a bull market.
Totally.
Yeah.